Here I'm telling one more sum regarding final accounts. So here the sum goes like this. From the following trial balance of Sri Rangoli, prepare final accounts after making the necessary adjustments, he said. So in this problem, he has given necessary adjustments. And he gave very clearly debit balance of trial balance, credit balance of prior trial balance. And I always say, very simple concept. Debit side of the trial balance, you're going to have all the assets with expenses. Because I said in the trial balance, we follow the rule of real and nominal. And real says assets on debit, nominal says expenses on debit. And whereas real says liabilities on credit and incomes on credit. So that is the reason I said in the trial balance we are going to have debit all assets with in expenses, credit all liabilities with incomes. So here freehold land he said. So it's a asset. Loose tools is also asset. Plant and machinery is an asset. Data is an asset. A cash at bank is an asset. Opening stock he gave. So opening stock means it comes in the trading account. Insurance is related to the admin work, so it's going to come into the P&L. Bad debts is going to come into the P&L. Bills receivable is an asset. Purchases, trading, cash in hand asset. Rent rates, interest, P&L. Wages. Wages means it is paid to the labor in the factory. So that's why wages in the trading. Trade expenses is said. Trade expenses we are going to take. There is always a confusion whether the trade expenses has to be taken in the trading or a P&L. But usually, if there is no other expenses mentioned, like along with the trade expenses, if we mention sundry expenses or office expenses, something like this, then trade expenses goes to the trading account and sundry expenses or other expenses go to the P&L. But here in this problem, he gave trade expenses only. So obviously, we are going to take in the P&L, not in the trading. Next, salaries is a P&L. Carriage inwards, I said carriage inwards is related to the trading, so it comes into the trading. Discount is a P&L. On the credit side of trial balance, he gave mortgage loans. So loans are liability. Bills payable is a liability. Sales is a trading. Creditors is a liability. Discount on credit side he gives, so P&L credit side will take. And the last is capital. Now please come down to the adjustments. He said insurance unexpired to the extent of 200 to 80. So I always say insurance is going to be most of the time prepaid only because he never takes a less amount. Always he'll take equal or more. So obviously most of the time insurance we are going to have prepaid only. So as it is a prepaid, we'll minus. Salaries and rent are outstanding to extent of 280, 120 respectively. Loose tools are revalued at 9,000. So loose tools actual value was 11,200. It is to be revalued it seems. So that means now it is 9,000. So 2,200 is a loss only, na? So that's why P&L. Allow interest on capital he gave. Closing stock valued at 60,000 he gave. So these all we are going to take into consideration. Now shall we start? First we are going to draw. So there goes our trading. Now it's P&L. I said we are going to draw all the things at the same time because I said we are not going to go for completing first trading account, then PNL. This is going to consume a lot of time. So that's why always keep in mind that we are going to have the continuous format. Whatever the way it is going to come, we are going to record in that manner. And this space I'm leaving for the working notes. So here first I'm writing this is trading account. The year ended. He has not given any date. Yeah, 31st December. Particulars amount plus amount. And then comes this P&L account for the year ended on 31st December 2030. Amount is done. Next is this one is balance sheet. On date 31st December 13. So this side we call it as like this. Now what all the things are there? We are going to go accordingly. The first freehold land he has given. So freehold land I'm going to write, and there is no adjustment regarding to the freehold land. So directly I'm going to take on this side as freehold land value is 70,000. Then he gave loose tools. So loose tools, he gave the amount is 11,200 items. But what happened? Actually, when they were finding out, they found it was revalued. So revalued means its value has decreased. So from 11,000, if I minus 11,200 minus 9,000, if I do 2,200 has decreased. So we call that one value as depreciation 2,200. And outer column we are going to post 9,000. Then after this, we have he has given even plant and machinery. So plant and machinery is also, and plant and machinery, did he give adjustment means no, he has not given adjustment. So directly I'm going to go for taking this side as plant and machinery. So he gave amount is 91,000 over. Then he gave datas. Datas, did he give anything means regarding a datas also there is no adjustment. So directly DBT of datas value he has given is 36,400. This is also done. Then he gave cash at bank. So simply I'm writing bank and amount is given is 22,000. Then he gave opening stock. So opening stock comes in trading account debit side, because already said without opening stock we will not start, because if any old stock is there we'll use that stock first. So that is what here 21,000 I got it. Then after opening stock he gave insurance. So I said insurance is a part of this one P&L. Now insurance we have adjustment, so that's why I'll write to insurance. Amount he gave is 600, and he said there was a prepaid, so prepaid always acts as minus. So prepaid is how much he gave prepaid? 280 he gave. So 280. If we minus 600 minus 280, it is going to be 320. 320. Then after insurance he gave bad debts. So bad debts also is a loss for us. Bad debts means actually I have sold goods on credit basis to my customers. But what that fellow has done, he has to pay me the amount, no? But what happened? He has not paid me the amount. I have keep on repeating them, asking them, but still they didn't pay me any amount. So in such case, we write that one as means we will not get any more that amount. So when I am not going to get any more that amount, I will treat that one as a bad debt. So that is what here bad debt. So bad debt is a loss out of sales. That's why it is taken in the P&L only. Now bills receivables means I said it's a promise, it's a kind of debtors only. So bills receivable is an asset and it is going to be 10,800 it seems. Yeah. Next one he gave purchases. So purchases I said we are going to take where? To in the trading. So two purchases, and purchases we don't have any returns ma'am. So that's why I'm taking directly 1 lakh. Then after purchases, then he gave is cash in hand. So cash in hand comes here only, no? So that's why cash in hand I'm going to take. So simply I'm going to write cash. How much he gave cash? 1,280. Then he gave rent rates taxes. So rent rates taxes I have to take here only, no? So that's why I'm taking here rent rates taxes. Did he give any adjustments? Means no, he has not given. Yeah. Salaries and rent are outstanding. So that means he gave. So what I'm going to take rent rates. So he gave the amount rent rates is 3,100, and then he gave outstanding. Outstanding means I should get. So something I have to get it. So that's why it turns out to be the plus. So we are going to call out outstanding. How much he gave outstanding? 120. So it will be how much? 3,220 over. After this one, next he gave wages. So wages is going to be in the trading, because wages is usually paid to the labor in the factory. So that's why wages we are going to take on the trading. So two wages. I'll see do I have any adjustments in the wages. I don't think we have any wages in the adjustment. So that's why I'm taking directly the amount in the outer column. So how much he gave wages? 2050 he has given. Then after wages he gave trade expenses. So just now I said, no, if any factory expenses is given, then the trade goes to the trading account, but nothing other expenses are given. He has just given as trade expenses. There is no office expenses. Then in such case, the trade expenses is treated as a sales expenses, and we are going to take in the P&L only. So trade expenses he gave is Oh, sorry, 2050 is trade expenses, whereas wages is 21,000. Wages is 21,400. Then after that trade expenses, he gave salaries. So here I'm going to write salaries. Salaries we have adjustment. So that's why here 0 is a salaries he gave, and adjustment is outstanding of 280 is given. So outstanding is going to be plus again. So auto column it will be 3 400. Then he gave carriage inverse. Carriage inverse default comes into the trading I said. So that's why I'm taking carriage inverse in this one. To 700. And the last discount comes here. So we write to discount amount is 580. Now this is done. Now we are going to come down to the credit parts. So credit parts he has given first four days mortgage loans. So mortgage loans I'm going to take on the liability side. So here I'm going to write as mortgage loans means it's a kind of a loan. We are going to get it by keeping our properties at a as a security. Next is bills payable. Then sales comes here, no? $43,000. Here also we don't have returns. That's why I'm taking directly in the outer column. Then he gave creditors. So creditors comes into the liability side. So that's why here I'm taking as creditors. $31,200. And then discount he gave. Discount means credit side discount he has given. So credit side only simply we have to post. So by discount I said better we write when it is an income always we have to write discount received. On the credit we have to mention that something in benefit we have received. That's the reason I'm writing discount received. Then the last is capital. So capital he has given us 75,000. Now all the postings we have done it. So if you are going to complete these postings also, you will be having good marks only. So these postings is important. Then comes, we'll go with the adjustment. We have any missed out anything. Now, insurance unexpired, he gave to the extent of 280 ma. So already we have taken. Now, always I say that every posting has to go with the two postings. So here, now insurance unexpired, I have taken into its account, but somewhere I have to post double posting, no? And yesterday I have told you very clearly, if one posting is comes in the income statement means another posting default comes into the balance sheet. Now the thing is, once I have got here, now second in the balance sheet. So how I'm going to post it? So very simple. If it carries a minus sign, then it should be posted opposite side. If it carries plus sign, then it should be posted in the same side. That simple concept you remember. So now prepaid means minus. So here it is standing on which side? Left side. Now in the balance sheet it goes to the right side. So we are going to call it as prepaid insurance. How much he gave? 280. This how I have posted. Then one more adjustment I am going to say. Salaries and rent outstanding to the extent of 280, 180 is it. Now salaries outstanding and rent outstanding I have taken in which P&L only, and they both are carrying which sign now? Plus sign. So plus sign means I said they both will be on the same side. So what we are going to write same side means they are standing on the left side. Again in the balance sheet also they'll come down to the left side. That is they'll come to the liability side. So what we are going to call it is outstanding. First is salary. Amount is 280. Then outstanding rent, that is 120. Over that also two effects. Loose tools revalued is it. Now here I said these are minus. Now here loose tools we have decreased the value. Now what is the sign it is carrying? Minus. So minus I always say opposite side. Now depreciation is standing on the credit right side. Now opposite side means it should come down to the left side of the P&L, because when the asset value is decreasing it is a kind of a loss for me, no? So that's why we call it as depreciation on loose tools. 200 like this we'll take, and that also to effect completed. And one more adjustment he gave, that is interest on capital 5% he said. So in anything interest means it's always a plus mark. So that's why here I'm going to take it as plus interest. Interest on capital you have to write, mention it but particularly. Now how I'm going to calculate 75,000 into how much is it? 5%. Now when you calculate 75,000 into 5%, you're going to get 3750. Now, here the posting should come again, which side it has to be posted, because I said it is adjustment, everything has to go with the two postings. Now, here it is carrying with sign, plus sign. Plus sign should be on the same side I said now. So here it is standing on the left side. So it should come in the P&L also on the left side only. So here we are going to take it as 2 interest on capital 3750, like this will complete. And the last is closing stock. So closing stock will take my opening stock is where there we are going to take closing stock. So that's why by closing stock. So how much he gave? 60,000. Now one more effect I said no, one more effect we have to take it. So where we are going to take in the asset side. Say simple. If you want, you remember closing stock is on the right side and this comes on the right, the same right side, because closing stock is kind of an asset. I said we need not purchase next year that much amount of stock. Now all the things are done. Now we'll start totaling from the trading account. So first comes as a trading. 2,43,000 plus 60,000 if I do, I'm getting 3,03,000. So from this I will minus 21,000, 1 lakh minus 21,400 minus 700. So if I'm doing, I'm getting a gross profit of 1,59,900. So we call it as what? 2 gross profit, 1,59,900. Total is 3,03,000. 3,03,000. Now this profit comes in this side. So because further deductions are meant to be done, no? So gross profit, we call it as what? Brought down. And how much we got? 1,59,900. Now 1,59,900 plus 5,355 to, I'm getting a total of 165. Before itself, I'll write it down here, because however we have on the credit side only more. So I'm writing the total here before itself. We'll minus it later. That is, I'm getting is 165 to 50 it seems. 165 to 50. Now from this I'll minus other things. 320, 612, 3220, 2050, 3400, 580, 3750. So here I got a net profit of this much amount. So we call it as 2 net profit 143 610. I'm getting. So this is how. Now this is to be transferred to whom? When all the payments are done, nothing is left over, then this profit we are going to give to the owner, because he has to get, because he has kept the amount into the business. So that's why the balance of profit is given to him only. So when I add all together, I'm getting a total of 2,22,360. This is it. Now I'll total all these things. 6,800, 31, 200, 280, and 20. So I am getting total of, on one side, I have not seen other side. I got a total of 'll see on the other side also, is it getting tallied or not? 79,000, 91,000, 36,400, 22,000, 10,800, 1,280, 280, 60,000. Yeah, we got both the sides total same. So that is 3,760. lakhs 760. That's it.